Hey, this is Wolf Van Halen from Mammoth, and you're listening to Radio Sonat.
Okay, man, it's a pleasure to talk with you. Thank you very much for your time, Wolfgang. How are you doing?
I'm good. Likewise, thank you for having me.
Expecting, of course, big things. Your third album. The name of the album is The End. Is the end of something? Is a new beginning? It's just a song in the album.
I think that's a good way of putting it. I think it's sort of a new direction. It's our first titled record, and we're just Mammoth now because we have the copyright. So I think we're not only going in a new direction, but I think it's a reflection of the material as well.
And you mentioned the copyright because before you didn't have the copyright of the name of the band.
It was Mammoth WVH for a long time.
Okay.
Now, it's a bit like how Ghost, the band Ghost, was Ghost BC in the United States for their first couple of years. So now we don't have our BC anymore.
Okay. I guess that you know that we learned a couple of days ago about the death of Ace Frehley. How do you rank Ace Frehley in your life, the original guitar player from Kiss, and maybe in the life of your dad, because he actually met the guy? So
yeah, I think Ace. It's very sad that he just passed. I think he's one of those guitar players that even if you weren't personally inspired by him, you were inspired by somebody that was inspired by him, and I think that's a testament to how foundational he was as a guitar player. That I think no matter where you go to any guitar player, his influence is seen, and I think that's an incredible achievement.
Okay, it kind of what happens with your father is kind of the same thing. It's not like you are influenced by Eddie Van Halen, but maybe you're influenced by someone who loves Eddie Van Halen and then goes on and on and on.
Definitely.
Sí, ese es el punto. And now, about the end, the way the song starts, and at the same time the video starts, there's two things that caught my attention. One is Michael Jackson thing, about the Thriller thing, and the other, that the very beginning of the song is kind of a homage, a tribute to your father. The very beginning of the song, kind of the Who thing and the tapping thing. So tell me about this connection with Michael Jackson and Eddie Van Halen in that song and in the video, the end.
Yeah, I think for the video, since we were doing a zombie from dusk till dawn thing, it just felt like a fun homage and reference to book the video with that. And yeah, I think just the tapping being what it is just sort of inherently related to that.
And of course, tell me about the video, because it's Robert Rodriguez in there. It's just like the perfect Halloween thing in a couple of weeks more, because it's amazing. It's just like Thriller taken to the next level in the Robert Rodriguez from dusk till dawn and that kind of stuff. It was fun to record, and the idea was your idea. Tell me about it.
Oh yeah, it was. I can't believe we actually did it. Being such a big fan of Robert and his movies, especially from Dusk Till Dawn, being able to do this with him, to reference his own movie with his approval and his cooperation, and it was a lot of fun. He's a wonderful dude, and I think his enthusiasm for just the whole creative process was so contagious that I think everybody, while it was a lot of work, 2 really busy days, we just had so much fun being able to act with Danny Trejo and to be directed by Robert Rodriguez is something I can actually say I did now, which is kind of crazy.
Okay. And I wonder if you saw that movie this year called Sinners. Did you see that movie, that film?
No, I had many friends who told me about how great that movie is, but I never saw it. Great
movie. Vampires from Dusk Till Dawn, and at the same time, a lot of music, blues music in there. Mm-hmm. Wow, it's amazing. I mean, go whenever you can, of course, go, and then you tell your people, Alfredo told me to see that movie as soon as possible, because you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. And the video at the end, of course, I guess that Miles Kennedy in there and Slash in there is not a coincidence. It's just like friends that go
Yeah.
to take part of your video. What is the relationship you have with Miles Kennedy and with Slash from Guns N' Roses?
We've just known each other for a very long time. We're very, very, very close friends. And, I asked Miles if he felt like, getting zombie makeup on and being in a fun video. And he brought him and his wife came and then Slash just kind of came by because he was close the day we were filming, and he just came to say hi. And Robert was like, "Hey, go stand over there," and he put him in the video really quick. It took like 2 minutes. It was really funny. But yeah, no, I just very lucky to know to be friends with the people I'm friends with, and for them to take time out of their day to support me and have fun in our videos is something I don't take lightly. I feel very lucky.
Yeah, I just saw you a couple of months ago in the magnificent podcast from Billy Corgan, and I really enjoyed that conversation. Although Billy Corgan speaks way too much, but you were listening to Billy as like listening to Yoda, like the guy, wise guy who knows too much. And you were very humble, and you made me feel like you were full of emotions in you because you're Wolfgang Van Halen. And Billy Corgan praised you as like an amazing musician. And one thing that caught my attention is that you started as a drummer, wanting to be something like Travis from Blink-182, trying to figure it out how to play drums like that monster, like Travis. I always thought that you started with the bass because you played bass in Van Halen, or maybe with the guitar because you're a son of Eddie Van Halen. But you started with drums. I wonder how you feel you have developed as a drummer now, like 20 years later.
Yeah, I think it's where I'm most comfortable, and I think it's where I pull my understanding of music from, and also my creation. I think if you listen to Mammoth, I write from a very rhythmic perspective, and I think
okay,
it's the same as my father. He started on drums as well, so I think it's a really great.
You're right.
Great place to start, I think, as a musician, to really understand what goes into the creation of a song, and rhythm being very important to that.
Okay. And what was your the opinion even nowadays about like your playing according your uncle Alex Van Halen?
Oh yeah, I mean, Al is he's one of the best to ever do it. I know every time I talk with him, he's very proud about what I'm doing, and that feels very nice. But I think I think just being around him my whole life, it really even just by osmosis and just rubbing off on me. I think just having somebody as inspiring as him around, you just want to do better, and so I think that has certainly helped me become the drummer I am today.
Oh, I saw you playing drums and playing bass and playing guitars in the Spell video. Do you still like to have fun doing that kind of videos in which the people, of course, amazed about like the how the same guy is doing everything? It's still something that you want to go and make fun in your videos, like doing that kind of stuff.
It's important to not take yourself too seriously, and I think that's something we do with our videos. We just at the end of the day want to have fun.
Yeah,
I think being too serious is lame. So it's fun to it's fun to have fun, and so I think that really shows in our videos.
Just talking about having fun, I listened that song. I really wanna. You can go with that song in the radio. I really want to fuck you, fuck with you. No, I guess no. But just you did it for fun because it's a very funny song, funky metal song.
Yeah, absolutely. It was. I think that was a one that really came to that recording process where we were just having a lot of fun. I think it really shows on this record.
How much the Elvis Basquet still helps you to make the whole thing possible? Because we know that guy from the work with Slash, but especially with Alter Bridge, And of course, I know that you're close to Mark Tremonti and Miles Kennedy. But tell me a little bit about Elvis Vasquez, because he's the producer with a sound, with something that you can recognize how that works.
Yeah, he's. I think he's a very important person in the process, especially considering it's just me in the studio playing everything. So he's sort of the other half of the band in the studio, and he helps facilitate the process. And he has a very clear vision, and we're able to communicate in ways that I don't think I can communicate with many other people. So I think it's important to have somebody that you trust implicitly in a vulnerable, creative environment, and he is that person for me. So I really enjoy working with him. I don't want to do it with anybody else.
You know, he worked for a Chilean band. The name of that band is Temple Agents. Temple Agents. And man, those guys sound so good because Elvis Vasquez helped them to get that sound, that American, modern, 21st century sound. I don't know. It's like what you do, because you never sounded like Van Halen, although you were the bass player in the A Different Kind of Truth album by Van Halen. And you sound like very modern in a way, but the American rock tradition. Do you like that? It's a compliment. Just like I guess that you have it very clear.
Yeah, it would make sense. You know, we're a modern rock band, and we do still use vintage methods occasionally. You know, we've been recording to tape for a lot of what we do, but that's just because we happen to have working tape machines. I think it really shows on the drums. It really makes drums sound really good. But yeah, no, I think we're having a very fun time, sort of echoing the vintage processes of recording music in rock, but also generally being a modern rock band. I think Elvis is very good at that.
I know that you loved, for instance, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, the sound of Jimmy Eat World, for instance. Tell me bands of the 21st century that you like in the American rock, or maybe European bands, I don't know. But I'm especially interested in the American bands because it's your point of view about what's happening in rock right now.
You know, it's funny. I when it comes to rock out there today, I've been so focused on creating my stuff while pulling from my interests, which come from before that. But I mean, there are so many bands out there that are representing rock in a great way. I think what Hailstorm is doing is very wonderful.
Wow.
So I've got bands like Return to Dust, who's going to be opening for us on this tour. London, Slash the Sun plays drums in that band, and I think what he's doing is really awesome as well. So I think there's no shortage of great rock now. I think it's anybody who says there just isn't looking hard enough.
Okay, what did you learn among many things that maybe you have learned given the chance of touring with Metallica for more than a year? These are the monsters of rock.
Pretty crazy. I think just being a part of an operation that ginormous, really is a good experience to just kind of keep you in check and know how you need to act in a situation like that. So I think just being able to have that opportunity to see how people of that level do it, just being able to witness it and be around it is quite the marvel. And so just we're very lucky to have been able to support that tour for as long as we did. Really, really crazy.
Okay. And one of the last questions, I said, maybe you have heard these days about like this thing in MTV UK, which is they are closing a couple of channels, and maybe in the next year in Europe, they're going to close more channels related with the MTV enterprises. And maybe there's something that we knew that it would happen sooner or later. And I wonder, being Van Halen, a band so related with the MTV pop culture, what is your point? What is your view about MTV nowadays in 2025?
They stopped playing music stuff a long time ago. I think I think at one point even the head of the channel even said that the M didn't stand for anything anymore. So I think that era or importance on focusing on music and the pop culture from that aspect was lost a long time ago. Well, it's a bummer. I think just things always change, and you just need to look for another way to go about it. I think in this modern day, I think stuff like streaming and especially YouTube has completely taken over that. I think you can find everything you need from something like that.
And do you use with Mammoth another social medias to promote your videos like TikTok and Instagram and that kind of stuff?
Yeah. I think
the usual thing.
Part of the job, so you gotta, you unfortunately have to interact with that stuff to a certain extent. But I think between especially this time around with the videos we've put out on YouTube, they've been some of our most watched videos yet. So it seems like whatever we're doing right now is working.
Yeah, because they're great videos. And of course, the 3 songs that we have heard are great songs. Great songs. You feel more confident, like as a singer, it's obvious. But instrumentally speaking, your work is unbelievable. It's just like, because you write the songs too. It's not just like you play all the instruments. You write the song. Sometimes you don't feel like all alone, like maybe David Grohl felt in the middle of the 90s?
No, I think with Elvis and the team that we have in the studio, it's a very private and comfortable thing. I have a lot of fun with it, so I think that's just how it's going to be for right now. I think down the line, if that changes, it could, but I think I enjoy the process too much the way it is right now.
I'm going to tell you something that maybe you don't know, but it's going to be special for you because I had the chance of interviewing your father twice.
Oh, wow.
Twice. And in one of these interviews, your father and Alex. So I was in front of Van Halen, the real Van Halen, Eddie and Alex. So now you feel more like at home with me because I interviewed your father and now I'm interviewing the son.
Yeah.
Wolfie, great. Thank you very much for your time. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Take care.